What's up, guys? It's your girl Jamila Mustafa, and I am here with the very funny and very talented Mr. Baron Vaughn and Mr. Open Mike Eagle. Now, these two gentlemen are the hosts of Comedy Central's new show, The New Negro. What's up, guys?
Hey.
All right, now I'm gonna just jump right into it because we already got a chance to kick it, and I love these guys already. Now, the term "the new Negro" actually was coined way back during the Harlem Renaissance, where you talk about the advocacy and about how blacks really wasn't trying to get down with the Jim Crow laws and the racism. But what does the term "the new Negroes," what does it mean?
Well, it's always about transcending the ideas that others have put on you. Okay. So what we're trying to do here is, if you will, create a place where people can speak for themselves. And so that way they can tell their own stories, and then we see who everybody is and all the range of experiences that blackness encompasses.
Yeah, the new Negroes is about redefinition. Just like at that time, that was the black creatives, writers, and thinkers at that time taking advantage of this opportunity to redefine what it meant to be black in America. It's the same thing we're doing in our show.
Except really silly.
Super silly.
Now, the title is like bold, like you literally cannot miss it. So how has your potential audience, how have they received this title? What's been some of the feedback?
Well, it's a lot of different ways, you know. Some people, well, you know, we've been doing the show for a couple of years.
Right. Okay.
So, you know, we haven't had any negative feedback that whole time, all the black people that have been in the audience and on the stage. But in the general public, you know, this is the word Negro brings up some feelings for some people. So, you know, we acknowledge that that can happen, but at the same time, we're called the new Negroes. So what we're trying to do is just invoke that title, and I think a lot of people have responded to it, and that's part of what I wanted, honestly. People to be like, what's this? What's going on here?
No such thing as bad publicity, they said.
Well, it's definitely eye-catching, and you know, it's definitely kind of thing, but some people see it and have to look it up immediately. But you know, we're really happy that that points to the historical context and also points to what we're doing. You know, and for a lot of folks, there's a lot of is it okay if I say this? You know, we get a lot of that too. But you know, it's part of the ball game, and it's part of the discussion that we're pushing forward.
So I have to ask, is it okay if they say it?
And who's they? White people?
All races.
Well, I mean, I think it's good for black people to say it, you know, but I think it's good to know the history of it, I guess.
Yep.
So it's like, if you want to say it, know the history. Because there are, you know, I've had white people be like, can I say that? And it depends on the tone. Because some people are like, can I say that? Like they want to learn. And then some people are like, can I say that? Like they're too eager.
Yeah, that's weird.
So
don't be weird.
Don't try it out.
Don't be weird.
Don't try it out just because you think you can.
Right. Did you see that new show with Baron and
Yes.
Mike?
What's it called?
Start there.
I can say it, the new Negroes.
Yes,
the new
indeed.
Negroes. Now, this show's very unique because it's a hybrid between stand-up and using live music. But outside of that really unique factor, why are people going to tune in and really love this show?
Well, we think it's going to show people a bunch of new comics and a bunch of established comics that they're going to be really excited to see together in one place. And a lot of musicians that if they're not really, really deep into rap music, they might not be familiar with, but we are pretty confident it's going to blow people away.
And also, I think the look of it, the kind of the scene, the vibe of it, you know, we got our own thing going on. And hopefully people feel like it's a party and they want to come to it.
Yes, and I'm invited, right? I know I can't make the one on Wednesday, but I'm
always invited.
Okay, I'm invited. Okay.
I'm sending you an email like right now.
Well, thank you. And I know that you mentioned music. I'm still waiting on that new album to drop since your EP 2018 and you being a creator yourself. But I have to ask, your lineup of comedians is sick. Who can we expect to take the stage on the new Negroes?
Oh, goodness. There's a lot of greats. I mean, we got people like George Wallace. We got Dwayne Kennedy, we got Donnell Rawlings, we got Lil Rel Howery, we got Chris Redd, we got Sashir Zameda. I mean, the list goes on and on. Can you think of anybody else?
We got Shalewa Sharp, we got
Yes.
Josh Johnson,
Dulce Sloan,
Sonia Denis.
Sam J.
Yeah, it's a lot of heavy hitters.
And it's a bunch of and people from different ranges of experience, like backgrounds and ages as well. So it's kind of like everybody's there, like church.
I definitely am going to say it's been worth the wait because you guys actually got picked up in 2017 from Comedy Central, and here we are nearly 2 years later. What has that in-between process been like? What were you guys cooking up?
Well, I think, you know, it's a lot of taking what we have already established in a live context and trying to figure out how to put a show that the live version can be like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
How do we pare it down to
Condense.
30 minutes? What do we want to take from the live show? And what do we want to keep or try to tweak and move forward? And there was a lot of development and a lot of discussion. And then when we finally figured out, you know, it was taking the time to produce something that we hadn't really seen before. We haven't seen a stand-up show with the kind of musical element that we have. So it was a lot of making sure that everything was right. And we're glad we took the time. Was really proud of it.
Who bends more when you guys are like, I want it? No, I want it. Like how do you guys like, do you rock, paper, scissors, shoot? Like what goes down when you guys are really trying to finalize those hard decisions?
I mean, I like to think it's a pretty good collaboration, you know, trying to get everybody's responses and make a decision, you know, just trying to see how everybody thinks about the subject, if you will, whether it be a song or an issue, and kind of put all those opinions in one place and then figure out, I guess, which one of those things is the best to ride for as much time. Because we're talking about a lot of different issues on this show, but we also don't have a lot of time to talk about all those different issues. So it was like, well, which idea is it that we can ride for the time that we have? And that was always a really interesting and fruitful conversation.
Now, one little like sneak peek that I saw the whole episode. I ain't gonna lie, it was amazing. The episode that I did see, you guys touched on something, and please forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, but you talked about like the non-offensive black man, and I like that you touched on that stereotype. What are some of the other stereotypes that you guys plan to tackle in this season?
Yeah, I mean, like. Good question.
We don't.
It's been so long ago. It's 14 years ago that we made this show. No.
Like I don't, it's not so much that we dig into a lot of stereotypes, but we do dig into a lot of themes, right?
Okay.
So that episode's theme was kind of about double consciousness and kind of about
the projection of criminality.
When you're a black person, a black man in America, you also have to think about who you are in your own life, but also think about how other people see you, because you don't want to be perceived as threatening, because that could be life or death.
Absolutely.
So that's one theme. But we also talk about wealth.
And our specific relationships to it, because neither of us grew up with money. So it's kind of like
all three of us.
Yeah. But but you have those certain expectations, ideas that you were raised with, and so as an adult, when you are doing your thing, you're still trying to adjust around, like trying to figure out, like, okay, what is something I can keep and what is something I can let go of.
Absolutely. Now, you guys have given me all the juiciness. Definitely enough for me to tune in, and I hope that our viewers do the same. Now, I have an off-the-wall question that I must ask right now.
I'm ready.
All right, if you guys were invisible for one day, which celebrity would you stalk?
Oh.
Would I stalk? Okay, you went straight to stalking somebody. Damn.
Watch closely, if you may.
Watch closely, okay.
Watch closely.
Which celebrity?
Dang, I feel like I need their permission somehow. Even if
you're
I'm invisible.
Which one?
Yeah, there's certain places I would be like, all right, well, that's private. I don't want to go in the bathroom. There's people whose processes, I guess I want to see what they're like in a closed room when they're making something, right?
Ooh, give me the name.
Okay, Janelle Monáe.
Okay.
She's interesting.
Yes.
She's doing a lot of interesting stuff with music. I'd like to be in the studio when she's in the studio, but her not knowing I'm there, so I can see what she's like in the private moments of her creating, making some decisions.
It's kind of like being there with Prince, although rest in peace, because he influenced her. So it's kind of like you're getting the best of both worlds.
Yes.
I like that. Okay, what about you?
Bill Gates. Talking Bill Gates.
Basically, yeah. Janelle Monáe is the Bill Gates of music.
I'm trying to see whatever he's doing on his computer, so I can go to the stock market the next day.
You can get all the passwords.
Gosh, I like that creative and smart. See, you guys are a perfect blend. All right, final question: who is one of your biggest comedian inspirations?
I mean, I always got to go with Richard Pryor. Pryor was, you could argue he's the greatest comedian of all time. He was not afraid of anything. He was not afraid to get raw. He was not afraid to get vulnerable. He was not afraid to put himself out there, all the ugly parts. One of my favorite quotes about love is from Richard Pryor, which is about, you got to love the crusts of a motherfucker, not just the bread. And I was like, yes,
I like
yes.
that one.
That's amazing.
One of my favorite movies is Which Way Is Up.
Oh, that's a classic. That's a classic. Oh, yeah.
All right, who you got?
His answer?
Okay.
There's nobody better. There's nobody better. Richard Pryor, man, he's the man.
May he rest in peace.
There we go. Well, I'm your girl, Jamila Mustafa, and I'm here with
Baron Vaughn.
An open mic Eagle.
And you guys gotta make sure that you tune into their new show, The New Negroes, airing on Comedy Central and BET Friday, April 19th. I'm definitely gonna tune in.
Please, I appreciate it.
We got to.
Let's gonna be Letitia.
Letitia! Thank you guys so much for your time, man.